what's up? It's Queenie here. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video, this long awaited video that everybody has been asking for. So finally today I'm going to be showing you guys how I get my type 4 hair into this defined coily masterpiece. This wash and go that lasts me literally weeks. It can last a month if you do it properly, and don't be fooled, my hair is not defined like this without product, because a lot of times when I show these types of methods, people just assume that it's my hair type and it just does this. It's like, no, this actually took me a lot of time and a lot of work to come up with this method, and this, well, not come up with it, but just find what works for me. My hair doesn't just do this, and my hair is naturally very frizzy and my hairs are very coarse. I've actually put a lot of years and work into perfecting and honing my hair skills, so I don't want it to be just kind of thrown out the window by just saying, oh, it's just her hair. My hair didn't always look like this. Go back into my YouTube channel, you'll see. But yeah, this is for all my type 4 girls. I have a mixture of all the 4s and I'm able to define them so nicely, and type 4 hair can still be defined and still be type 4 hair, okay? It doesn't need to be something else just because it's defined. But anyways, enough ranting, let me get right into this video. I will say just pay attention to the details and you will not go wrong if you are trying this at home. Alright, so the first step to an amazing wash and go is clean hair. So first things first, I'm shampooing my hair. I'm using the Hairfinity shampoo. You can use whatever you like. This is not particularly a part of the routine, but I just want to emphasize the cleaner your hair is, the better, so your hair can receive new product and in turn be more defined and look better. So wash your hair with shampoo before you actually start this, because we're going to be adding a good amount of product. Alright, so now it is the detangling step. So I am now conditioning. I like to use a deep conditioner, and in this clip I am using the AUSSIE Mega Moist 3-Minute Repair, and I'm using this time to moisturize and hydrate my hair because it's going to be in a set style for a few days, if not weeks, and you want to make sure your hair is properly hydrated. So detangle now so you don't have to do it while you're styling, and then I like to let the conditioner sit for about 10 minutes so my hair gets nice and hydrated. So now it is washed out and time to style. So I section my hair in only 2 parts. I know a lot of people are gonna say I should do less, but do what works for you. If your hair is more coily, more dense, section your hair in 4 parts. So what I do after I section it off in half is I soak my hair. Make sure it is wet, like dripping wet, so you can start styling. So I go in with a leave-in conditioner, try not to make a mess and waste it, and I then lather that into my hair while I'm in the shower with my hair soaking wet. Like while I'm putting in my leave-in, I'm also dipping my hair in the water and mixing in the product at the same time. So again, you do not want to apply this on hair that's semi-dry or just not wet. So do this in the shower so you have access to water, so you can dip your hand in, bring it back, put more product, detangle if you need to. But as you can see, I'm not using any tools, and I don't plan on using any combs at all in this styling process. So take your time, section more if you need to, but make sure your hair is really wet and it's well coated with the leave-in conditioner. Yeah, this is going to be the base for your style. So use a leave-in conditioner that is the most hydrating one that you have, so it can actually keep your hair moisturized for the next few days and weeks as long as you keep the style. So curls is my go-to, and Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor is my other go-to. And yeah, so now I am going to work on the back section. So to start, we are wetting my hair some more. With the leave-in conditioner already in there, it is time to start with the product. So I'm going to use the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. This is the only gel that does this for me. I don't know of any other alternatives. This is the only thing that works, and this is how I get my style consistently. So you guys saw how much I used, and I just slowly work that into my hair, and I let the water do the work. My hair is clumping up because it's wet, and the gel just basically activates the curls and kind of seals the coils all together, if that makes sense. So you don't need a lot of product. All you need to do is make sure your hair is nice and wet and your curls will come through. I promise you. Wet hair with leave-in conditioner, your curls will come through. And then you seal it all with this Kinky Curly Custard. And as you guys can see, my curls are popping and they're defined, and the Kinky Curly Custard is kind of holding it together lightly. Okay? So take your time, shingle your hair, comb, rake it through with whatever you want, your fingers, and you guys can see my hair is slowly clumping together. So the secret in this is making sure your hair is super wet so the curls are activated, and then you seal it all together with the custard. And now I'm going to use the wet line gel just a little bit, and I'm going to create a cast basically on the curls I already have. So this gel is a little harder, so it holds the curls a little bit tighter, but we don't want too much because we don't want any flaking. And then of course I'm repeating the same steps to the top section of my hair. So soaking wet hair, you guys can see I dip my hand in the water and then into the gel, and I mix and I separate, I detangle, I shingle, and I just slowly work the product through. Make sure that you're taking your time in this process and you're not using too much product, but you're just making sure your hair is nice and wet. So if you use too much product, your hair will be sticky, clumpy, and flaking by day 2. And then at the end of it all, I just use a bit of the wet line gel again to seal in the curls even more. So Kinky Curly is a very nice activating gel, and it'll get your hair curly looking, I guess you could say, and then the wet line gel will actually hold the curls together. So I just use a little bit to kind of tighten it so then it lasts a bit longer. So this is what my hair looks like completely done with leave-in conditioner, Kinky Curly Custard, and sealed with the wet line gel. This is the definition I have in the shower, and it looks pretty good. So now it comes time to letting your hair be. Do not touch it after you leave the shower. I mean, to move it out of your face, sure, but do not scrunch it, pick at it, nothing. Let your hair fully dry. Let it absorb the product. This is so important in this process. Okay, and so the last step in the shower that I like to do is shake out my hair. So this might seem a little unnecessary, but it is really important when it comes to helping separate the curls. So give your hair a little shake, get some air through your curls, and then it's ready to go. It is set, and then when I step out, I add some clips to the front section of my hair, and this is what it looks like a few minutes out of the shower. So now we're going to let it sit for a few hours, and then we're going to diffuse it, let it sit, and diffuse. Alright, so now my hair has been sitting for a few hours. As you can see, it is probably like 50% dry. So it had been sitting for about 2 hours before I came to diffuse it. You can completely let your hair air dry. I like to air dry for 2 hours, diffuse for 20 minutes, air dry for 3 hours, diffuse for 20 minutes, and by the end of the day my hair is dry. You just have to make sure your hair is bone dry before you go to bed. So just kind of do this on a day where you're home. And this is 3 hours later, and my hair is probably about, I would say, 80% dry, and I'm just doing the last diffusing session before I go to bed because yeah, the next few hours the air can kind of dry the parts that I missed. So just make sure your hair is completely dry before you wrap it up and go to bed. Hey guys, so it is the next day. My hair fully dried yesterday, and then I put it in this jumbo size bonnet. It just so has room, and it can, like, you know, just have space and obviously be protected as well. Yeah, my hair is set and it's pretty squished under here. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So the definition is insane. Honestly, this is amazing. This is how you get crazy definition on type 4 hair. So this is what it looks like. Honestly, usually I'll pick it out and give it some shape, but I think I'm gonna work this into a puff. I don't think I'm gonna pick it out too much because throughout the days it's gonna stretch out, and the best way to stretch it is if I pull it up. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. And you guys can see the definition is magical. Honestly, truly. magical. I usually would pick it out. I think I will pick it a little bit, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the detail, but I'm sure you guys can see the definition. This time around, I didn't use too much wet line gel because that really separates my curls. And if I do that, I'll barely get any frizz within the week, and then my afro won't get big enough. So the less wet line gel you use, the more clumping you get and the more frizz you can get throughout the days, which means you can get a really big afro at the end of the week, which I like. It's day one, so I can't wear it in an afro. I mean, I can, but it's gonna be like this, which to me kind of isn't big enough. So I'm gonna pull it up and stretch out the roots, and then throughout the days it'll look even better because it's gonna be bigger. Because my hair is still pretty stiff, I'm going to tie it up with a piece of nylon. Just, some people like to use shoelaces, whatever your hair tying choice is. I feel like it looks longer if it's pulled in more and it's just really tall. And so now what I'm gonna do is take a black hair elastic and I'm going to tie the middle of this just like that. And that's going to pull it up. Obviously this is optional. You can style your puff however you want. This is how I choose to style my hair on day one. I know a lot of the times people ask how I get it into that big defined fro. And honestly, I just wait till about day 5 and then I pick it out and wear it. That's basically it. But this method will last me like more than a week, honestly. If you do everything the way I demonstrated and use the same products, I feel like it should work fine for you. But the key in this is taking your time that you need for your hair type. If your hair is more coily, I would suggest doing it in smaller parts, but do not overdo the product as well. Let the water do most of the work. All you're really doing with the gel is sealing in that coil that your hair naturally has. So don't overdo it with the products, or else you will get a lot of flaking in like 2-3 days. The secret's out. So you can do this right at home and get salon quality poppin' curls. This will work. I do not use tools in the shower when I'm doing this style, as you notice, so I would not recommend it either. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up, comment down below, let me know if I missed any gaps or anything, questions, whatever. Post them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, and you can stay updated with how I style my hair throughout the days and the weeks and whatnot. And I will be back to show you guys how I maintain this in the morning and at night, and how I fluff it out when it gets a little bit old and all that stuff. So I will be back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you turn on the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss any more videos, obviously. And if you didn't know, I have a second channel called Queenie K. It's the new Queenie K channel, and it's all my beauty and lifestyle stuff. So subscribe to that channel, check it out if you're interested. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.